I don't want to get into the name game calling David Frum, any funny name and so on, but I just did a background check on David Frum. Why I did this is because early in the Middle East affair, he was advocating that the Obama should intervene in, I think it was Libya. And I think I blogged them stating that you follow his lead and then somebody else is going to come with a different position. And so, you just got to be careful with CNN. But lo and behold, David Frum himself now is saying that both parties have abandoned the unemployed. And then he talks about when he was in Boston going to school and he passed by this store and they had, to hire or whatever. And somebody ran out and grabbed him and tried to give him a job and so on. So I said, maybe he went to Ivy League schools. When I check it up, he finished high school in Canada. And then he went to Yale. He did his bachelor's and his master's. And then he did a doctorate in jurisprudence at Harvard. So he went straight to Ivy League schools. Now, further, I learned that he was Bush speechwriter, and he coined axis of evil. You know that stupid term that people think that really the axis of evil was maybe, don't let me go there then, okay? But I thought, Bush speeches were kind of like something wasn't right with them. Now they're saying that Frum used to be right in them. And his mom is Barbara Frum. I remember she was a journalist up in Canada, Toronto or wherever, Ottawa. I see the thing with journalists, just like some of these talk show hosts, by they interviewing important people, and because they're breaking important news, over time they just assume a certain importance. And especially if they're evil and they're kind of like going to castigate big politicians, whenever they come on and they say, I have something on you, it's like, the whole night, you see what I'm saying? So he comes from this background, he thinks that he's the smartest guy on earth. And you know what I want to ask though? That if he was touched on his shoulder and he went in the library with them secret order boys, the guys but them Ivy League just touch you and then take in a room and you join up the cross and bones and whatever, you must be one of them, because when you listen to his whole track record, you see that he's deceiving. And first he deceived Bush, and now he's coming to set up Obama. And he was saying, as I said, that Obama should do something with Libya. And now he's coming back saying that both parties have abandoned the unemployed. And recently I noticed McCain is saying that, we should put more resources on the ground with Libya and the rebels and whatever. But then now the new slant is that they're showing how Syria is behaving maybe worse than Libya. So they're adding on something else. So very soon they're going to start striking Syria. But the bottom line is this, that as I said, this whole Middle East experience is not necessarily anything unique. It's just that Bush, with Frum's advice and whatever, went into Afghanistan and Iraq. And Obama now inherited this big debt and all the problems, and people lost appetite for invasions and wars. So all Frum is about is just about double talk. One time he's saying that you need to go into the Middle East and use some military assets and your economic assets. Then he's come back saying that hey, people are abandoning, both parties now are abandoning the jobs. So I think he's confused, or he's either working for whatever secret society he joined at the university, and they're telling him what to say, and he has to say it whether he likes it or not. And I'm now seeing him for really who he is, and he's just a double talking. He's just a double talking, dishonest scholar. When he talked about the axis of evil, talking about the Middle East there, I think the axis was Saddam, Syria, and the Afghanistan, something like that. Anyway, whatever the axis was. I mean, I don't find it was anything smart. I mean, that was just kind of because folks were saying that true axis are, some other people. So I don't see it as being anything brilliant. It's just facetiousness. It's just that he's kind of like trivial. His mom, she was this Frum in Canada. I used to listen to her the news, and Mulroney used to be scared, like, oh, what she's gonna say? She got some scandal, she's gonna burst. And celebrities have a way of, they don't have to necessarily be smart, but just got the position, and because they could call names and when somebody says something, but you don't mind how much you defend it, it's like people already heard it, and they really don't believe what you're saying. So they used to kind of scared of her, and it looks as if she was smart and she was having a lot of respect and all that stuff. She was pioneering or one of the early users of this kind of in-your-face journalism. So that I guess he must have come to understand his mom is this big feared journalist in Canada, and she's this smart and whatever. And now he happened to get his way. And you see, I better don't go there. Some of these folks, I know from back in my country, from high school, they're chosen to, to mislead the world. So they get into, we have these top universities, and then they make more commitments, and when they come out, they're supposed to steer things to the handlers and to do things what the handlers want. And so Frum is sending a double message. He's saying to go to war in the Middle East. We just have limited resources, which could have been spent to create the jobs, but he advocated going to the Middle East. Now they're going into the Middle East, and both parties now are finding it fun, beating up, Muammar Gaddafi. Now he's saying that, hey, both parties have abandoned the unemployed. And I thought that somebody else might have had that role to come in and show that this is what needs to be happening. But you know what? He himself now came and said it. So he's double talking. One time going to war, now the money's being spent on war. He's saying, hey, you need to find jobs. So, Mr. Frum, you better come and declare who you're working for. Whether the secret societies or whether CNN or whatever, because I don't take you serious. But there may be people who take you serious, and you don't just break the heart because you're just lying, man. This is straight dishonest. Scampish. You're trying to set up America, bro.